Throughout California, a battle is being fought to protect the state's diverse ecosystem. And on the front lines are the state's game wardens.
We enforce everything. Drugs, violent crime, stolen vehicles, and poaching.
They're killers, they're taking our wildlife illegally, and we have to stop them.
Outmanned and outgunned, they face danger at every turn.
Kind of like the Lone Ranger out there.
It takes one guy in a tent with a weapon to ruin your day.
Next, the war on poachers hits a new low.
A sea lion had been shot in the face with a shotgun.
Cut right off the foot of a bear.
And the wardens take the fight to the hills.
All those guns are ready to shoot.
And the sea.
Keep your hands where we can see them.
All in their pursuit of wild justice.
We are the last line of defense, and without us, you have no wildlife.
California is a sportsman's paradise. But not everyone plays by the rules. Poaching cases have more than doubled over the last 10 years. For the approximately 200 wardens whose beat spans the snow-capped Sierra Madres to the Pacific Ocean, protecting the state's wildlife is a constant challenge. And for California native Lieutenant John Norris, it's a personal mission.
I want to protect the environment. I want to preserve the resources. I want to stop these guys from destroying and polluting our creeks, our pristine waterways, killing our wildlife, ripping out our trees. And just as importantly, I want to make sure that the public is safe.
Today, Norris has been dispatched to Monterey Bay for a special detail.
Sport rockfish opens today, and we have a sport salmon season going for the first time in several years, so we're gonna have a lot of boats out.
With several thousand fishermen expected to show up on opening day, it's important for the wardens to patrol the waters and protect these important resources.
Commercially, rockfish have been taken so heavily over the last 20 or 30 years that they're almost gone. So this is a species that's heavily regulated, and if we don't do this enforcement today, we may not have any rockfish left for generations to come.
In 2010, a recreational fishing license allows anyone to take up to 10 rockfish above 10 inches in length. But enforcing these regulations isn't the warden's only mission today.
Oftentimes, we contact boats that aren't only fishing out there, guys with guns or knives or commercial fishermen that could be running drugs. We have to stay alert and be aware constantly when we're working on the ocean for our safety and the safety of the public.
All right, guys.
Monterey Bay spans roughly 600 square miles. It would be nearly impossible to patrol without support from above. Warden Don Kelly scans the waters for possible violators. When Kelly spots a suspicious boat, he calls the position down to Norris and his team.
What are you guys fishing for today?
We're trying for salmon.
Salmon. No fishing on board?
No fish on board.
Okay.
Sport fishing is heavily regulated to preserve biodiversity.
What about the sheep's head? You can keep up to 10 of them, and they got to be 12 inches minimum size.
Wardens check to make sure each fisherman is properly licensed,
Okay, we only got 2 licenses. Where's the rest of them?
that they're using the proper equipment,
If you're fishing for salmon, you got to have barbless hooks.
I'm just checking to see that that barb has been filed down, and this one is.
and that they're taking the correct species.
All right, you guys, what kind of fish you got?
Starry, another copper. Everything's good.
Show us the trophy. Show us your
Central 3324 on the
Good, how you doing? Pretty good. Good. Any luck? One. Oh, yeah. Any
rockfish board, guys?
No, not yet. That's what we're going for.
That's your big catch today?
That's so far.
Just need to see licenses. And can you guys reel up your other tournament?
Okay, Joseph, here's the deal. All right, you got to have your license with you, okay? Duplicate isn't an official license. It's not a valid license. All right, so no more fishing today, okay? Okay. All right, guys, hang out for me. You can keep on fishing.
I'm good, right?
Yeah, you're good? All right. And we'll be right back with you in about 5 minutes. I'm gonna run for driver's license and warrants because there's a chance you could have a warrant, and then we'll have to take him to jail for that. Central 3324 on loan.
The suspects don't have any warrants. But as Kroll returns their IDs, he smells something fishy in the air.
You guys got any weed on board? 100% sure about that?
I got a question.
Are you 100% sure about wait, let's go back to that question first. How much weed do you guys have on board? Because I can smell it. Is this it? If you don't have a medical card, you can't have this, okay? So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and just destroy this right now. We're gonna dump it out and just give you a warning at this point, okay? Are you good with that?
You're the man. Make the show after all.
Adios. Appreciate you guys being cool, man. Thanks.
Good luck to you. Huh? What do you got?
It's just a vermilion, fullbacks, and some blues.
If you guys are fishing for rockfish, one line per person.
You know what kind it is?
Need a signature here. It's not an admission of guilt, just a promise to take care of the citation.
After several stops and multiple citations, the wardens get a moment to enjoy the wildlife they're fighting to protect.
Look at all the dolphins.
Okay, you guys all got your IDs with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna jump in.
Sure.
Thanks, guys.
As they board the vessel, the wardens immediately notice several violations.
How many rods are you guys supposed to be fishing? All right, it's 1 rod per person when you're fishing for salmon.
This is like I said, this is only my second time this year, so I haven't really...
Take a look at your hook.
The hooks?
I have no idea.
Just bought them this morning.
Can I take a look at that one? What's on the end of there?
Okay, the barb.
Barb.
The reason salmon fishing has been required barbless hooks for so long is that if they catch the wrong salmon or an undersized salmon, they can let it go without tearing it up. With a barb, you're going to end up killing the fish. You're not going to be able to release it. And since salmon are very limited in numbers, so limited in numbers, in fact, that we haven't even had a sport salmon season for the last several years. That's why a barbed hook violation for a salmon case is very important. Pretty blatant fish and game violations, and we're issuing citations accordingly.
Let me explain what's gonna happen, guys. All right. I'm gonna issue a citation for not having your license in possession, okay?
Wow.
Okay. You guys are both gonna get citations for fishing with barb hooks for salmon. When you guys come out here, you guys gotta be real clear on the regulations, okay? Go back on that boat. We're gonna push off, and we'll be right back.
As citations are issued, Warden Kroll radios in to check for warrants.
Central 3324 on loan. First made by CDL for Adam. I think there's a good chance we might have a warrant with these guys because it's taking a long time for our dispatch to get back to us. And that's usually means that there's some issue going on, whether they're wanted or they're on parole, or they have some kind of probation terms. Usually it takes a little bit longer for the dispatch to have a return for us.
2324 Central, clear copy.
Copy, go ahead.
First 2 subjects are clear. Warrant. It is a $15,000 warrant.
One of them's got a warrant. How much, we don't know. But if it's a bookable warrant, we're gonna end up having to take this guy to jail.
Keep your hands where we can see them. You know you got some issues. You know you got a warrant, right? So you're gonna come to us. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna have you come right here. Okay, I'm gonna have you walk right to the front of the boat. Keep your hands where we can see them.
Okay, take off.
Thank you. Can you bring your other hand in the smaller rack? You got anything else on you?
No, I don't.
Any needles, razor blades?
No, I don't.
This is one of the main reasons we want to be out here on opening day, is to catch guys doing this type of stuff and also educate these guys as well. So when they do come out or when they talk to other fishermen, they can spread the word that there's a good chance fish and game might catch you on the boat if you're out and about and you're not doing it right.
California game wardens often work alone, patrolling hundreds of miles of wilderness without backup. But sometimes a suspect is so dangerous, an entire squad must come together to take them down. It's 6 a.m. just outside North Highlands, California. An empty parking lot becomes a makeshift command center. The wardens are here to serve a warrant on a dangerous suspect accused of an unthinkable crime.
Witnesses told us that they had seen a guy shoot a sea lion in the face with a shotgun slug, and that they could identify the shooter. The suspect told them, "You might want to look away if you don't want to see this." The sea lion was eating the fish that he wanted to catch, and one of his favorite fishing spots to catch catfish.
We're gonna park on I, right by 34th, stack up there, and we'll go around the corner. Okay, the house is gonna be on our left-hand side. Johnson's gonna be our breach. I'll do breach security. Who's point?
You know how many people live at this house?
The suspect, and then the accomplice's truck has been seen there as well. This is high risk. Both these guys have been arrested for felonies, okay? Full tilt, high risk. We know there's guns. I would probably plan on dope as well. We have shots fired, obviously put out what it's for.
Preparing for the worst, the wardens roll out to the suspect's house in force. When they arrive on scene, the media closes in.
It's the house. Suspect's truck's here.
Police! Search warrant! Open the door! Open the door! Police! Right now! Search warrant! Open the door! Police search warrant! Open the door! Police! Police search warrant! Police search warrant!
While the point team scours the house, the secondary unit secures the backyard and outbuildings, preventing the suspect from fleeing.
Let's walk up to the right of your truck here.
The suspect is taken into custody and his weapon confiscated.
Is it true that you shot a sea lion, sir? Sir, do you have any response to this? Did you shoot a sea lion in Old Sacramento? Sir, are you sure there's not anything you want to say?
Good work on this case, Warden Campbell. Yeah, I'm going to give you the arrest warrant. I think the public, seeing how we react and handle a case like this, that we take it very seriously, I think it's going to open a lot of eyes and make people a lot more cautious of making a mistake like this.
"70 miles north, the 2230 squad of Butte County has arrived in Orville to back up fellow warden Mark Imsdahl on a probation search.
We'll go up to Feather Falls, and then we're kind of going downhill, and his house is here.
The suspect was convicted of poaching mountain lions, and Imsdahl has a tip that he's at it again.
This guy's been poaching for his entire life and has only been caught once, so I don't see him stopping anytime soon. And here's a picture of him. Here's another picture of him I got from his house with a dead lion in the back of the truck. We just pass around and everybody get a good look at him. And I think he has a propensity for violence. He is a Vietnam veteran. He's an older guy. He's pushing 60 if he's not 60, but he's like a mountain man. He's in good shape. Don't underestimate him for a minute.
40 minutes later, the wardens arrive in Feather Falls and enter a different world.
This is the real deal up here.
Beneath the tranquil veneer of this quiet forest lies a sinister past.
They have had a couple of shootings up here within the past 6 months. They had a home invasion kind of a deal where some guy, actually he knew the people. He grew up right down the street from them and got tweaked out on meth, and he went and he killed them, beat them with axes.
In the remote wooded hills of Feather Falls, the 2230 squad arrives at the residence of a mountain lion poacher. The suspect is on fully searchable probation, which allows the wardens to enter the house without a warrant.
Fishy game, we're just here to do a probation search this morning. Can you grab your dog? Watch out.
Is anyone else here?
No. We're just doing a probation search this morning, all right? Make sure you're in compliance. You want to head out this way, and we'll check your pants real quick, and we'll take care of it. You guys go back to your day here. And make sure that there's no pocket knives or anything today. You haven't been shooting any deer lately or anything, right? Or...
No.
No?
Okay. It'd be easier if you just told us about it so we didn't have to find it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The suspect is prohibited from hunting, so the wardens search for fresh kills.
See, these are nice bugs. You see, not one of these things got a deer tag on it. When I checked him last time, he hadn't had a license in like 10 years. And you see all these huge bucks he's been killing.
No, they're headache relief pills.
A bunch of rifle scopes in that bag there.
These you can see where they were obviously cut right off the foot of a bear. I don't know if he cut these off the last bear he killed when I got him last time, but I think I have the hide from that one. I had all the claws on it, so it was obviously from a different bear that he killed.
The evidence inside the house is suspicious, but without a body, it'll be hard to prove the suspect has been hunting. This is why having a trained duty dog like Phoebe is so important.
The dog's trained to alert to deer meat, deer parts, bear meat, bear parts, any kind of powder smell, live ammunition, spent ammunition. So the dog's constantly smelling all the time, looking for something. We're looking for stuff more. They might drag a deer hide and huck it down in the brush over here. And they're gonna keep it away from their house because his wife's gonna complain if you got a bunch of stinky maggot-ridden carcasses up there. So.
Back in the house, the suspect's wife has more to worry about than poaching.
Virginia, I'm just gonna ask you, are you guys still using methamphetamine and stuff?
Yes.
Do you have any in the house right now that I need to know about? I can tell just by the way you're twitching and stuff.
I just got up. I mean,
Right,
you just...
I know. Do you have some here in the house right now?
Yes, there is some.
Where is it at? This one here?
Yes. Little girl? No, no.
I'm not gonna...
There's
There's
a
like
bar.
big shards in that one. How much, just out of curiosity, how much does a bag like that cost? I mean, is it $20?
Something like that, yeah.
So it's kind of expensive. How many of these do you go through in like a week?
That's my work week. I work 4 nights a week. And
That'd be one work
yeah,
week worth
yeah.
of methamphetamine right there? Okay. Okay. Do you have any more in the house other than this stuff here? Do you have more stuff around in here?
Not that I'm aware of, no. Not that I'm thinking of, no. You know, I wasn't charged with anything or arrested, and I really resent this.
Would you feel more comfortable sitting outside with your husband? Yeah, maybe. We could do that.
Okay.
While the suspect's wife waits outside, Warden Beals makes a chilling discovery.
While she was sitting here, I started digging around in here for pills, and this thing's just loaded. Well, it's a 22 Magnum Derringer mag, and this just takes 2 rounds. All you do is pull the trigger. What's up, dude? We set that chick down in a chair with a loaded handgun in it.
Just like you said, they're all over the place.
Outside, the number of weapons continues to mount.
That's the deer whacker right there, dude.
Yep.
You know, he's got all of his hunting equipment in the back here. I mean, if I was gonna shoot deer, I'd be shooting it with that right there with these solids. So he's got, everything's loaded. So everything's in the pipe, in the firing chamber, ready to go.
He's got a night vision scope in
Yeah.
his truck. I mean, no legitimate hunter is going to be going out at night with a night vision scope.
With a night vision scope and loaded guns in the truck, Warden Imsdahl fears the suspect is back to his old ways. But the drugs are the clearest violation of the suspect's probation. Together with loaded guns, Imsdahl has everything he needs for an arrest.
So he's got a pistol sitting right there in the drawer above, or on the desk above it, and then that loaded 22 mag. Besides the methamphetamine that we found, he's in violation of his probation right now. Turn around for me. Turn around for me. I'm not going to debate it with you.
Yeah.
Turn around for me. Face away. Place your hands in smaller backs. Spread your feet apart a little bit. Possession of methamphetamine is a felony in the state of California.
And the conditions of your probation say that you're supposed to obey all laws. That's the reality of it.
The other thing that concerns me is you got a loaded pistol in your truck, a loaded rifle with a round in the chamber, and a loaded shotgun with a round in the chamber in the back of your truck. Do you drive around with a loaded gun all the time?
No, I don't.
All those guns are loaded and ready to shoot. That tells me that you haven't changed your ways, that you're still driving around trying to shoot stuff.
He wasn't out there just killing indiscriminately. It was critters that were creating problems. The last deer he killed was right here in the yard eating my rose bush. You know, we chased him off, and it finally got to the point where the only kind of offense that was going to work was a 30 caliber one.
When somebody uses methamphetamine, they're not going to be the most careful and cautious person when it comes to using a firearm. They're going to use bad judgment, they're going to discharge a weapon near a home, they're going to discharge a weapon inside of a vehicle. It's not a good combination. At the end of the day, a case like this makes me kind of sad. Here we have some folks who are otherwise intelligent people who've just made some bad decisions. And the reality is that this could be most anybody if they get involved with methamphetamine.
Outside Orville, California, Warden Mike Beals patrols a section of the Feather River on the lookout for salmon poachers, or worse.
It's Friday night, Felony Friday, Orville. Well, basically what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna go down into our wildlife area up in the Feather River. and see if there's anybody out recreating. Is this a good spot where people come and do illegal activities? Oh, golden. So this area is completely closed to fishing. Oh, there's a guy down there fishing. Oh, she's waving her license at me too. Good, let's go write your ticket then. Can you go ahead and reel that in for me? And you too, if you could reel yours in? All right, well, obviously I'm a state fishing game. I just need to check your licenses. You guys from Orville?
Yeah.
How long you guys lived in Orville?
Forever.
Forever?
Yeah.
Okay. And there's no methamphetamines here? Nothing illegal? All right, you guys are fishing in a closed section of the stream.
Oh, really? Is that right?
Yeah, 100% closed. And then below that bridge right there, it's artificial barbless, so.
Oh, really? Yeah, I had no idea of that.
You've lived here all your life and you have no idea of that?
No, I thought since they don't fish for salmon no more, we'd fish, and we've been fishing over there for 3 or 4 days, different times.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right. If you don't mind, you guys can pack up all your stuff. We're gonna need to walk up to the truck.
Wait, whatever.
That's the guy's son who we did the search warrant on and took to jail the other day.
All those guns are loaded and ready to shoot.
This thing's just loaded. So if he gets frisky, he's going in the dirt.
Having had a hand in the arrest of this suspect's father, Beals is on high alert.
Each of you guys sit on a rock and we'll be good. Hey, James, come over here real quick. Come over here real quick. You're good there, right there. Your last name, that's familiar as hell to me, dude.
Yeah.
What's up? Have I talked to you before?
No, you guys just busted my parents. Yep.
All right. I just, the name looked familiar. All right, man. Since you're here, we'll go over this real quick. It's fairly painless, okay?
All right.
I told you I was gonna cite you for an infraction. I'm not trying to ruin your life. I'm trying to enforce the resource regulations, okay?
Yeah.
Here's the violation right here. You just can't fish above that bridge. You can fish below it with barbless, okay? My signature, my badge number, all the court information you can call. I need your signature there, okay?
All right.
Here's your license. Here's your copy. If you have any questions, there's a number you can call at the bottom, okay?
All right, thank you.
I'm satisfied with that squeeze right there, because the guy's not fishing for catfish. He's looking for salmon. It's huge to stop someone from taking a salmon right now, just due to the fact that the species is in decline. The salmon habitat here is crucial in this area. It's one of the biggest in the North State up here in Butte County. From that bridge all the way up to this fish ladder right here, it's closed to fishing all year, every year. Even below it, you're not even allowed to fish with a barbed hook. And they were up here fishing with lures and stuff. So 3 salmon, 1 salmon, whatever, we saved the salmon. So we did our job and protected the resources down there. Fishing game hammer has been served. Let's go.
With his river patrol over, Beals meets up with fellow warden Barry Saccone to investigate reports of gunshots in the Mendocino National Forest. Poachers have been working this remote area, and the wardens have no idea what they're getting into.
Realistically, where we are going today, it can be fairly dangerous. We know that there's parolees around and that they are always carrying guns and they don't like any law enforcement presence. So it's just him and I. Fortunately, we know each other's tactics.
I worked with him in the academy and helped train him there, and then I had him as a trainee when he was in the field, and he's done a great job. He's ball of fire.
I'm a little more gruff, I guess, because I'm younger and new. He's a little more seasoned, so it's good cop, bad cop.
The pair take up position on a ridge where Saccone spots a truck driving erratically. The wardens move in to investigate.
What are you guys up to?
You got any guns or anything?
You guys don't have any guns in there?
Why'd you say no when I asked? Leave it alone, leave it alone.
It would take a couple hours for somebody to actually drive to where we're gonna be. So backup's a long ways away, so you kinda gotta think about how you're gonna go in there and make sure that you do everything you can not to get yourself in a situation where you're gonna need backup.
Was there a magazine in it?
No, it was sitting right next to it.
You sure that wasn't in there?
Yeah.
And you're not hunting or anything?
No.
Well, what are you carrying this for?
I just have it.
You know the laws regarding handguns and having bullets in the magazine, bullets in the chamber and stuff while you're driving? I mean, you're not hunting, so...
Yeah, you're not supposed to have it in there.
So why is it in there? The magazine is considered part of the gun. It's loaded if there's bullets in the magazine, even if it's in the glove box, and the handgun's in the back.
Any other guns or anything else in there that we need to know about?
Anything in here you're not supposed to have besides this?
Another water pipe.
Why don't you go ahead and hop on out real quick. You have anything on you? Any knives, anything like that? Don't reach for it or anything. Jesus, you're 7 feet tall. Step back here.
Do you have any guns or any weapons on you?
Where's the weed at?
It's in the ashtray.
What's that? What's in the jar? Okay.
In California, Proposition 215, the medical marijuana law, allows citizens to possess the drug with a doctor's prescription.
You have a prescription for that? All right. Any other weapons in there I'm gonna find? Any other drugs? Nothing? Methamphetamines? Any other pot? That's all you got? Did you guys just burn a bowl down so you're driving under the influence of marijuana? Dude.
Do you have a prescription?
No, that's working.
It smells like weed in here. Is there any more weed in here? Positive? I don't want to tear it apart.
Oh, I'm sure there's none.
And Brian, you on probation or parole or anything?
I'm on court probation.
Court probation for?
For DUI.
DUI, okay. If you don't mind, step to the back of the vehicle.
All right.
Despite having never met the suspects, Warden Beals immediately recognizes the name on the driver's ID.
The guy's a poacher. I served a warrant on another individual who rolled over on several others, and his name was the first one on the list. He poaches does. And very easily with that 22, he could have shot a doe out of the window. And if we'd have been 20 minutes later and ran into him, he could have had a doe. Where's that gun? Is that at home? 38 caliber round. I just want to make sure there's not a 38 in anyone's pocket or what have you. Whose gun?
Mine. It was my grandpa's gun. It was handed down to me.
Okay. What's in the toolbox? He's not gonna find anything else in there.
Bottle rockets. Probably weren't thinking too much about that, but you're not supposed to have those in California. Fireworks might not seem like a big deal, but in California, most fireworks are illegal, and one of the reasons is because of the fire danger. And right here is evidence of what happens when fires get away from people. Those are his as well.
You want to ride him for that loaded gun in a vehicle? Hang him for the pot too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Even though the suspect is a known poacher, without evidence, the wardens have to settle for the crimes at hand.
All right, Abram. Did he explain everything to her? Here's the thing. You got a loaded gun in a vehicle, marijuana, and the fireworks, okay? And I just need your signature here. It's not an admission of guilt. We set him back a little bit, and he ran into Fish and Game. He didn't have a doe, but we found violations and tuned him up a little bit. I'm glad we ran into him. We probably put a little halt on his poaching today, but they don't learn. That's why we have a job.
It's 7 a.m. and Lieutenant John Norris prepares for one of his first missions without his longtime partner.
Doing this without Jordan for the first time is taking some real getting used to. She goes everywhere with me, and she would normally be on a patrol like this. And it's just a real bummer we don't have her with us tonight. Jordan had a lump on her leg. Took her to the vet thinking her leg might have been broken or sprained, and turned out they had to biopsy and x-ray it. And unfortunately, she has sarcoma, a form of bone cancer. It is terminal, and we're not going to have her not too much longer. It's only been about 5 or 6 days since she passed, and it's almost surreal because every morning I get up and I expect to see her waiting at the bottom of the driveway to jump into the back of my truck like she does every morning. I was away training at the academy, and she was laying in my bedroom on piles of my clothes and would not leave. She wouldn't get up to eat. She wouldn't get up to go to the bathroom, and she just wanted to stay there and stay there and stay there and hold on until I got home. And that was just terrible. It was just grueling knowing that she was on her last leg and didn't want to end until I could get home. So I got home as quick as I could, and we spent some good quality hours before we had to take her in. So I was very, very fortunate to get to spend some hours with her before she passed. Come on. Good girl.
Despite his loss, John's work must go on. He meets Wardens Stutz and Kroll for a patrol of a popular fishing spot close to Morgan Hill.
What we're looking for is undersized fish. If they have fish that are too small, over limits of fish, they've taken too many, or maybe they've taken the wrong species.
You guys want to start heading down there?
Yeah, let's head down and give them some checks. Well, basically, we want to give the fishery a chance to grow up to be a certain size so we don't completely deplete it.
You got your measuring tape, we'll go ahead and get your fish checked. All right, so it's 14?
Yeah. If we let anything go, then we wouldn't have a fishery in this lake within a couple of years. It would just be wiped clean.
But overfishing isn't the only man-made danger affecting the lake.
We noticed all this trash around here. There's fresh trash over here.
Less than 1% cause this much of an eyesore and damage on a pristine area like this. Makes it important to catch them and stop them.
Obviously, they had what's called a bird's nest in their reel. So they get it tangled, someone cut it out and just decided to toss it here. That monofilament fishing line is going to last for probably 100 years out here, and can do a lot of damage to the environment. And so we'll follow them and see what we see. We can go find them.
As the wardens track along the water's edge, Kroll reminds them to be on alert for more than fishermen.
You gotta be real careful when you're walking around here, because right now springtime, so the rattlesnakes are coming out. They like to hide, right on the edge of trails, strike and get you right in the ankle if you're not careful. So you really gotta always watch out. What's up, guys? State Fishing Game. How you doing? Good. What are you fishing for? Bass. Bass? Okay. You guys don't have any guns, knives, anything like that on you, do you? Okay. How about you got your fishing license? Yeah. Okay. We can go ahead and take a peek at those.
Do you have any rubber gloves?
Yeah, the reason I was asking about the rubber gloves is because we were watching you guys fishing right down the bank here a little bit ago. You guys were about 200 yards down here, and there's a bunch of trash there. Do you guys leave any of that trash?
Oh, no.
No? So you guys didn't leave the rubber gloves there?
No.
Okay. Yeah, and just, make sure if you do have any trash, make sure you guys pick it up, okay? Okay. Here you go. All right. All right, guys.
Good luck. Take care, guys.
All right.
Thanks for your time.
Take care.
99% of the people out there using the resource are good, honest people that are following the laws, and they love the wildlife as much as we do. But there's that other, 1% who's out there who might have warrants, they might have drugs, they might have illegal guns, and they might be on parole and they've got a sawed-off shotgun in their bag.
That's the main thing. That's going to be, like Kyle says, 99% of the time. But the challenge of the job is being ready for when it's not.
But before Stutz can finish his thought, a suspicious truck parked on the ridge makes a hasty departure.
Let's go check that out.
Let's go. Come on, guys. Let's go.
During a patrol, a suspicious truck fled at the sight of the wardens.
Come on, guys. Let's go. He's moving.
Now they give chase to find out why.
go by. Looked like a hunting rig. Maybe he's from the area, maybe out of the area, but once he saw us, he certainly didn't want to stick around.
Hey guys, how's it going? Good. Good. You coming back from hunting or?
Oh, no, sir. No, we just passed you guys. We were wondering what was going on, but we went up that way. We turned around. We just went up.
Just cruising? Okay, you guys just cruising today?
Yeah, because I was waiting to see when the crappie were going to hit.
Okay.
It's all I was wondering, yeah.
You guys got your IDs with you? Your driver's license?
You have any guns or anything around your
No,
feet?
sir.
Sure?
Nothing at all.
All right. You mind stepping out since you have the open container anyway?
Okay. You guys got any marijuana in the truck? You sure about that? Where'd you get this? I just smelled some, so. Okay, you got a little bit?
All right, you don't have anything on you?
No, sir. Okay.
Spread your feet apart, a little bit wider. Toes to the side.
Do me a favor, go ahead and just spread your feet apart for me. You got any weapons on you?
No, sir.
Okay, no pocket knives, something like that?
Nothing.
Got it.
Open containers and marijuana give the wardens probable cause to search the rest of the vehicle.
Little red dot sight, rifled slug, shotgun, some .22 shell casings that are empty. So obviously we have a little bit of hunting history.
Hey, are you guys hunters as well?
I do hunt, but no.
Did you guys shoot any deer or pigs this year?
No.
No? Okay, I need you guys to hang out for us right here, and we'll be with you in just a few minutes, okay?
The suspects deny having any weapons, but the wardens believe otherwise.
These guys had quite a bit of a road in front of us. There's a chance they pitched a gun out. The thing we've got to be cognizant of, who's to say there wasn't a third guy in there with a gun who could be, you know, sitting up there right now looking at us. So you always want to be 100% aware of your surroundings. Tunnel vision kills. So these guys are up here to try and kill something. I'd bet my next month's paycheck on it.
To aid in the search, Warden Kroll turns to his partner of 6 years, Officer Buck.
Yeah, you ready? Look, I got.
You go find some? Are you go find some guns? Oh, you want to go find some guns? Let's go.
Kroll and Buck return to the spot where the truck was parked.
Come here, hunt it up. Right now I'm sending the dog on a search, try and find some firearms that we believe were possibly thrown out of the vehicle. Get up here. Where's that? Good boy. He's really, really good at finding hidden guns. Check here. Where's that? Put it up, Buck. Whew. You okay, buddy? You didn't get you, did you? That was a really, really close call. So that's one of the dangers of the job right there, and that's a pretty good-sized rattlesnake. Looks like he's at least 8 rattles. Unfortunately, I'd really like to search this area because this is where the guy's truck was parked. And there could be a firearm in here, but right now this rattlesnake's he's pretty fired up, and he's not in a real good spot where we can get him and safely move him out of here. So at this point now, I think we're done with this spot.
After the close call, Warden Kroll checks his partner to make sure the snake didn't strike. With the search called off, the wardens can only cite the men for driving with open containers.
Here's your registration, insurance, license, and copy of your citation.
Thank you guys, man.
But this father and son aren't the only ones who got off easy today.
That was a really, really, really close call, and for him and me, I came just as close to him as getting bit. So it's a lucky day, and yeah, it's just a close call. He's my best friend, and hopefully I'm his best friend, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. I empathize with John losing his dog. That's a horrible thing. You can tell, part of John's gone. Having Jordan pass away, it's got to be rough for him. I know he's missing a part of his family as well as his squad partner. I can't fathom not having him come to work with me every day.
There is an absolute thrill and excitement in hunting bad guys and catching them. Most of us in fishing game are hunters, and the thrill of that hunt and what we were raised to do transcends into our job. The knowledge that our resources are depleting at just an alarming rate out there as the population of California grows, and there's less and less of us game wardens out to do the job, makes me feel very impassioned and very strong-willed toward continuing to do this job. And if we don't do it, it's not going to get done.